Of the Nebraska State Basketball Tournament is presented by App Foundation Repair, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, Roofing Service Company, High Electric, Southeast Community College, Members Owned Credit Union, Union Bank and Trust, Mosaic, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Platte Valley Equipment, and Double Eagle Golf. Now calling all the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena, here's Nick Sainer.
Championship Saturday rolls on here from Pinnacle Bank Arena, and it's the C1 title time between Adams Central, the Patriots, and the North Bend Central Tigers. Good morning, everyone. Nick Sainer joining you alongside Jay Foreman. Jay, what's up, man? How's it going?
Going pretty good, man. It's anytime the championships are on the line, it gets I think you see the atmosphere, the excitement's in the air. Yeah. It's been a long season for these young ladies, and they've got, this is it. This is what they've been talking about, dreaming about, probably on everybody's goal sheet before the game starts, or before the season starts, and they're here, and they have a realistic chance. You got two high-quality teams about to battle it out. They both like to push the pace, and they have some pretty exciting players individually as well, so I think we're in for a treat.
You guys just heard the D1 title game between Hastings St. Cecilia and Centura. Centura wins their first state title in girls basketball history, beating a team that was coming into today winning 3 straight titles. And there's a little bit of parallels between Hastings St. Cecilia and the North Bend Tigers, because as the number 1 seed, they've also won 3 straight state tournament titles, led by the Emanuel sisters. Number 23, Caitlin Emanuel, is the one that you guys will hear the most about throughout the course of today's game, and it's going to be a good one. Comes into the game averaging just over 16 points a game, while her younger sister, Lindsay, just a sophomore, while Caitlin's a senior, averages just a little over 11 points per contest as well. What does Adams Central have to do, Jay, to just limit North Bend's scoring attack?
Yeah, what to do is they got to work from inside out. They have 2 good players in Rachel Gooden and Megan Scott. Rachel Gooden is 6'4", averaging 14 points a game. Megan Scott's 11 points a game. Yeah. So what they have to do is use their size advantage, right, and get them in foul trouble. Obviously, the Emanuel sisters are going to come ready to play, and they play off of each other. They play really good with each other. But I think that Adams Central, if they can really start fast and win the rebounding advantage and get second shots, the big thing in championship games or big games against like teams, right, teams that are equally matched, how many possessions you can get, how many times you can get to the free throw line in rebounding. So obviously Adams Central has the size advantage. They have to play to that, and they got to make sure that they don't let both sisters not only play at their average per game, but have an exceptional game.
I want to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to broadcast state championship basketball on the ticket at Foundation Repair, Platte Valley Equipment, Doane University, the Roofing Service Company, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, A1 Automotive, Southeast Community College, High Electric, Members Owned Credit Union, the Union Bank and Trust, the Mosaic of Southeast Nebraska, and last but certainly not least, Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame. We're going to take a timeout while we pause for the national anthem as we get ready to crown a C1 champion in girls basketball. It's the final day. We have reached Championship Saturday in the girls tournament. We'll have a short break on Monday and Tuesday, and then we're right back at it here at PBA for the boys' side of the brackets on Wednesday morning. But for now, we'll take a break. C1 title game coming up next on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. Pinnacle Bank Arena, the site for the Class C1 title game between, C1, yes. I almost thought I said B for a moment there, Jay, as we have the Adams Central Patriots, the 3 seed, coming in with a 26-1 record, going up against the number 1 seed, the North Bend Central Tigers, and they're close to perfect 27-1 mark on the 2023 season. Let's start first with the Adams Central Patriots. The starting five for head coach Evan Smith. It's their 7th time in the state tournament. They haven't been they haven't won a title since 1995. So here are the starting five for head coach Evan Smith and the Adams Central Patriots. Number 11, a 5'6" junior guard averaging 4.7 points per game, Gracie Weichman. Number 32, a 5'8" senior guard, Kylie Lancaster. Number 41, Lauren Scott, a 5'9" senior guard. Number 30, a 5'10" junior forward, Megan Scott. And then rounding out the starting five that Jay mentioned in the pregame show, a 6'4" senior, Rachel Gooden, averaging 13, almost 14 points per contest. Now, the North Bend Central Tigers, they're a team that's used to the spotlight. They're used to being here in the state title game as they've won 3 straight, led on the shoulders by number 23, Caitlin Emanuel, a 6-foot senior forward averaging 16.5 points per game. She will be out there with these teammates. Number 12, a 5'6" sophomore guard, Catherine Goggin. Number 21, a 5'6" senior guard, Madison Bishop. Caitlin Emanuel's younger sister, number 24, Lindsay Emanuel. And then rounding out the starting five will be the daughter of head coach Aaron Stirrup. And it'll be a 5'6" freshman, Lauren Stirrup, out there for the North Bend Central Tigers.
Yeah, it's two veteran-led teams, 2 star-laden teams. Obviously, North Bend's coming in with obviously 3 in a row, so that's a little bit of pressure trying to do 4 in a row, right? And then when you have Adams Central, where they feel both teams have only lost once this year, and then so when you think about the championship pedigree and dealing with success and expectations, both of these teams expected to be here. Adams Central doesn't care that North Bend has won 3 in a row.
Yep.
North Bend doesn't want Adams Central to stop their streak. So it's going to be a battle of wills. I think you got 2 excellent teams, 2 excellent coaches, and a bunch of great players and I think the pace is going to be pushed. And you know what's even better here, Nick? It's Championship Saturday.
Yeah.
The fan support. I know that it's a big trek in here from Adams Central to North Bend, but obviously these teams make it worth it. But these teams, the way that they've came out and traveled, is something to be said for that. This is awesome. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity for these girls, and I'm glad that these two separate towns have supported them as well.
Obviously, the matchup to watch in this one is going to be the 6'4" Rachel Gooden, going up against the 6 foot Caitlin Emanuel. Got to avoid foul trouble, especially in a game of this magnitude.
Right. You know, with these teams, you know, the towns, they don't have a lot of depth, right? And so when you have two really good star players on each team, right, you can't afford to have one of them in early foul trouble. We saw it last night with Lincoln High, you know, with their big. You got to keep them in the game so you can keep it playing in your rhythm, how you like to play, so you don't have to play in a hurry, and then next thing you know, you're going to maybe be down in a deficit. Might be hard to come back from.
We're just moments away from the C1 title game here between North Bend Central and Adams Central, tipping off from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Just to recap, the one game you've already heard this morning, Carter Longy was on the call for the Hastings St. Cecilia and Centura title game. Centura wins their first state title in girls basketball history with a come-from-behind win against the reigning champions, the Hastings St. Cecilia Hawkettes. So we are getting ready to go. They're shaking hands at midcourt. The officials, Nate Hahn, Troy Teston, Randy Anderson, and Adams Central will huddle up one more time before they take the floor.
Yeah, this is it, man. I mean, look, I think the introductions probably seemed like 10 minutes. You know, when you're playing for a championship or at a big game, you know, once you get to the arena, you want to get it on, and so you can see the excitement in these young ladies' eyes, and they're excited to get it on. They got a little bit of the Husker, you know, music going on.
Oh yeah.
So you're getting the full atmosphere of a Lady Husker game here for Championship Saturday.
We didn't even mention yet, they have the pregame video that goes on before the introductions, and even as just a media member, you kind of get goosebumps because you realize how big the moment is for some of these smaller towns that they don't get to play in a venue like this very often.
Yeah, this is a huge arena for them.
This is a step up from Devaney as well.
Right, exactly. And so the depth perception, but maybe the experience plays the North Bend factor earlier. We're going to see how the Adams Central Patriots start.
So tip will be controlled by the Tigers, and Catherine Goggin will lead the Tigers down the floor. Now dish it off left side, Lindsay Emanuel to Caitlin Emanuel near the logo. Right side, here's Madison Bishop with it. Dribbles at the top of the key, left wing. Goggin stops at the free throw line. Now to Lindsay Emanuel, gets bumped, tries to drive baseline, does Caitlin Emanuel. Back out to Lindsay on the left wing, bounce pass right side, Steer. Thought about the three, decides to take one dribble, mid-range jumper, good. And we got the scoring going, 2-0 North Bend Tigers.
Yeah, you see the Adams Central came out in a 2-3 zone using their length. Going to make North Bend try to shoot some outside shots, but North Bend had the patience, got it in, got a good mid-range jumper, nothing but net.
So now the first possession of the game going to Adams Central as they try to get an entry pass down low to to Rachel Gooden, who was wide open down on the left block. It was over the top of her head, and that's saying something when she's 6'4".
Yeah, and she has long arms. Look, the idea was good. The execution wasn't very good, but look for Adams Central to come back to that. The long skip pass inside for the height advantage.
Three ball goes long. It's going to be last touch by Adams Central. Now, Jay, I think they got that call wrong. I think Lindsay Emanuel was the last one to touch that off the air ball.
Yeah, look, it's a little bit of excitement. The referees got to get into the game. These are two tightly contested teams, and they're going to play for keeps. And so you see Emanuel right there. You see Kate Emanuel get off right there, shooting up, raising up a good mid-range jumper over Adams Central defender.
So here's Adams Central working right to left from our vantage point. Gooden will take a couple dribbles. Mid-range Jay from the corner, no good, but an offensive rebound goes to the Patriots. Working in the corner. Adams Central falls down now. Gooden in the free throw line. Kicks it out. Scott back to Gooden. She dribbles, gets her pocket picked, and here come the North Bend Central Tigers up the floor. Lindsay Emanuel, it's a 2-on-1 break, and Lindsay Emanuel traveled with it, trying to switch sides of the paint, and it's a turnover going back the other way.
Look, the lack of experience of Adams Central usually shows up in the first couple of possessions, right? An unforced error, turnover, kind of a chunky offensive series, but what they did, they kept playing hard, got back on defense, and forced North Bend into their own unforced error, which is a travel.
So here's Gooden. She gets it ripped away, and it will be a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it with the Adams Central Patriots. So they catch kind of a break there as Gooden had that ball down by her waist. And It was just ripped away from her for a moment, but they called a jump ball. So they get the inbound pass here to Weichman. She'll dribble top of the key, left side now. Scott drives left side, tries to throw it up. She'll be fouled by, I believe they're going to get Lauren Stirrup with his first personal foul. It's going to be the first on the North Bend Tigers as well. So going in line to shoot is number 30 for Adams Central, Megan Scott, the junior.
Look, anytime you want to get nerves out of your system or get some confidence, rip and drive to the hoop. So Scott did a really good job of that, right? Felt like she had an advantage offensively against the North Bend defender and got to the free throw line. Now, look, she missed the first one, but I think it hit the front of the rim. So that's what I'm talking about, the depth perception, where North Bend has experience. They've been here before. They've been through this process. Adams Central is going to have to recover here and start to lock in and play some defense.
Megan Scott makes the second free throw, so she goes 1 of 2 at the line. Now Lindsay Emanuel back the other way. Bishop drives right side lane, backdoor cut. Caitlin Emanuel can't hold on to the pass, and we have a scrum on the floor, but somehow, some way, now they're going to call a jump ball. It looked like North Bend was going to come away with it. Then it looked like Adams Central may have stolen it.
Jump ball.
And now it's going to be a jump ball. It will stay on this end of the floor with the North Bend Central Tigers.
I like it. A little backdoor cut by Emanuel, good recovery by Adams Central, then a scrappy play by both of them and causing the jump ball.
So here's Emanuel on the left wing. She hesitates for a moment, now drives, floater, rims out. Defensive board collected for a moment, now tipped, and it will be out of bounds. Last touch by Lindsay Emanuel of the North Bend Central Tigers, and it will be Adams Central basketball.
Yeah, Adams Central is doing a good job defensively. They need to do a little bit better job of securing the rebound. They have the height advantage. Well, obviously with Gooden inside, one thing if I was the Adams Central's head coach, I'd say, look, we got to keep that ball way above our waist at our shoulders so we can actually open up the passing lanes and get some cuts to the rim.
Scott drives, left-handed layup, no good, just a little too strong. And now Emanuel will be bumped on her way across the timeline. Foul goes on Adams Central. I believe they're going to get that on number 32, Kylie Lancaster.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad of a foul. Stopped the fast break, but the Scott sisters, they almost look like twins, but they play off of each other, and so they need to space the court a little bit because they both are having success driving to the hoop, which that will allow Gooden to get some offensive rebounds, some easy putbacks. So they got to stick to it a little bit. And then also they got to start making some bunnies and got to make some shots they need to make.
Handoff at the elbow from one Emanuel's sister to Lindsay Emanuel, and she gets the mid-range jumper from the right side of the key to go. They have a stoppage in play because it looked like Scott may have been banged up a little bit. Now she'll take a seat for Adams Central into the game, number 21, Briley Nienhauser. So 6-1 early on here, 5:11 to go, first quarter. NBC out in front of Adams Central. It is Patriots basketball, top of the key now, left side. Here's Scott with it in the corner. She'll dribble near the top of the key, cut into the paint, bounce it back outside. Nienhauser, left side, long three ball, just a little short. That was about a 34-footer, Jay.
Yeah, that's probably not the range you want to shoot early in the game, being down by 4. Pretty good offensive series. I think they forced the shot right there.
Nice backdoor cut by Lindsay Emanuel.
Look, right there, you know how many times they've done that in the backyard or at the gym? The Emanuel girls are playing off of each other. That's the second possession in a row. First one was a dribble handoff. This one was a dribble backdoor cut. So look at the Emanuel sisters try to get off early to try to put this game away.
8-1, Tigers out in front of the Adams Central Patriots. Entry pass to Gooden. She just uses her height to her advantage. Kept the ball high that time.
Right.
And it finished with the right hand.
That's what they tried to do the first possession, a little bit long on the pass. It's a good answer by Adams Central. Being down by 7, no panic. Let's go to what we do best, high-low. Gooden cashes in for 2.
All right, so here's Madison Bishop, gets it in the corner to Caitlin Emanuel. She thought about popping the 3, decided not to. Now she gets doubled by 2 Patriot defenders. One person's open, and it's Goggin, 3 ball. Rims out, no good, too strong.
Yeah,
and the defensive rebound goes to Adams
Central wants North Bend to shoot those type of shots. Long threes. Now they're trying to get it back into Gooden. Has a size advantage, even on Emanuel. That's too clash at the tight end. Look, the Scott's driving to the hole at will. Has missed 3 bunny shots. So look for him to continue to do that. They start making those. This is a different ball game.
Well, I will also say, as Caitlin Emanuel tries the floater too strong, and the rebound fought for and corralled by the NBC Tigers once again. Left wing, here's Goggin to steer up. She scored 2 points. She scored the first points of the game. Now the ball will be tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Adams Central Patriots. I will say one thing is that with Gooden being 6'4",
right,
when she motions out of the paint, that draws another 6-foot body and Caitlin Emanuel out of the paint, opens everything up.
For both of the Scott sisters have had tremendous success at being able to drive. They just haven't been able to make them.
Yeah.
But also, you see the difference in a team that's been here 3 times and won it versus a team that's kind of still caught up in the moment. But I like Adams Central with the last 2 possessions, right? Actually, their offensive possessions have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Whereas defensively, I think they need to sharpen up a little bit. Knowing that North Bend is going to play through the Emanuel sisters, so then they need to start rotating their defense to try to shut them down, and especially backdoor cuts, dribble handoffs, and then obviously shut down the middle of the lane. It looks early that North Bend doesn't want to shoot a lot of threes.
Yeah.
So if I'm Adams Central, I'm playing to that. And then offensively, I know we can drive to the hoop, and I know we have the size advantage. It had to give them confidence that Gooden was able to catch it over Emanuel and finish, considering that the first one that did, the first possession of the game, they tried the same play, was a little bit long. So they have confidence in what they're doing. They're only down by 5, and considering that you can see a little bit of nerves, written all over their body language, and it's a good timeout, whether it was Adams Central calling it, it's a good timeout for Adams Central to compose themselves, really get down to what they were doing or what they've done to get here, and try to get right back into this game and possibly get this game even to a closer margin at the end of the first quarter.
So we had a media timeout since that's the thing on the championship games.
Oh, yeah. This is the real deal.
Yeah,
this is like
deal.
NBA playoff.
Yeah, exactly. Media timeout. So
are you Stan Van Gundy and I'm Mark Jackson?
whatever you want to be. Here we go. North Bend Central with it at the top of the key, working directly in front of us and shooting to the basket to our right. Goggin now left side. Bishop back to Goggin. She just took a 3 a moment ago.
Nick, right now, what you're seeing right here is a little bit of, I'm going to date myself, a little old school defense, a triangle and 2 on the Emanuel sisters. So for you listeners out there, they're playing man-to-man defense on the Emanuel sisters.
Good and
then they're just playing a triangle type of zone. So whoever comes in their zone, trying to throw North Bend off. And North Bend, we're going to see how they can adjust to this triangle 2 defense. I don't think anybody's ran this triangle 2 defense since the Indiana Hoosiers with Bobby Knight.
I haven't seen it as Goggin takes the jumper from the free throw line. No good, but Lindsay Emanuel's hustle tips the basketball away, and they get another crack at it. Now Caitlin Emanuel loses it. It's going to be Adams Central basketball. Now, one thing I will also say, Jay, they being Adams Central, daring Goggin and Madison Bishop to shoot the basketball because they're okay allowing them to shoot mid-range jumpers or three-point shots if it means that the Emanuel sisters don't get a touch.
Right. They know the Emanuel sisters scored all 8 points working together, whether it's backyard basketball or just good basketball. So it's good on Adams Central to adjust.
Now here's Scott, top of the key, picked up her dribble. Now is to call number 32, Lancaster. Now left side, Nienhauser. Back to Lancaster. Yeah. Kylie Lancaster has 1 foul. Right side, Scott. Gooden trying to get positioning on Caitlin Emanuel down low. They're trying to pass it around so they can just get it to her eventually. Another long 3 ball, another short one.
Yeah, look, probably about a foot or 2 further to closer to the basket that's in. Deep threes is not what you want to shoot at this point in time, especially with this close of a game.
You can get that shot at any point of the game, especially not in the first quarter at 8-3 deficit. So NBC, they switch back into a little bit of a zone defense. What is that man-to-man there, Jay? It looks like
that is a triangle 2, my friend.
It's still triangle. All right, so here we go. So Bishop, now Goggin, left side, stir up 3 ball, too strong. The rebound being tracked down. Another offensive board for Caitlin Emanuel and the NBC Tigers. She uses that elbow to gain some space, and we have a foul on the way up on the Patriots.
Now, one of the deficiencies in a triangle 2 defense is that if you're forcing them to shoot long shots, guess what comes off of that, Nick? Long rebounds. So not only you can't box out that far away from the hoop, you actually got to box out and then chase the ball. So you see the Emanuel sisters, which is a little bit different than what we thought about Lincoln High last night. They're going and chasing the rebounds. They're being more active, right? Yeah. So you saw Emanuel right there. It's a long shot by Goggin. One of the Emanuel sisters went and got it, gave it to the other Emanuel sister. Dipsy do up. Now she's shooting at the free throw line.
1:23 to go, first quarter. The Tigers of North Bend Central lead now 8-3 over the Patriots as Emanuel misses both free throws up the floor. We go to Lancaster. Couple pairs of sisters, Lancasters and Scotts on Adams Central. Here's Scott to left side, Lancaster. She stepped on the sideline, out of bounds.
You know what, Nick? That's just getting used to the big court.
Yeah.
No teams get to come in here and practice, so everything getting used to how far and how close you can get to out of bounds with not only the college or high school three-point line, but the college as well.
North Bend Central 0 of their last 5 as we have a travel on Caitlin Emanuel. But here's the crazy part. Adams Central haven't been able to take advantage of it as they've been in a scoring drought spanning over 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah, right now, and it's not for a lack of opportunity.
Yeah.
They've had good shots and easy shots for them, considering that their skill set. They just haven't been able to execute and make them.
Here's Scott in the far corner working for Adams Central. She drives baseline on Lindsay Emanuel, and that's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Adams Central. And so once again, both teams struggling to shoot the basketball as Adams Central is just 1 of 6 from the field, while North Bend Central is 4 for 11.
Yeah, if I'm Adams Central and at the end of this first quarter, I'm talking about spacing. We can get to the hoop, but if we don't space the court effectively, we won't be able to get these easy shots that we were struggling to make early in the game.
Near side, Bishop 3 ball, off back iron, no good. Rebound Karams out to the perimeter where it's corralled by a couple Adams Central players, and they'll bring it up the floor. Here's Scott on the right side, drives baseline on Caitlin Emanuel, and we have a blocking foul called on Caitlin Emanuel. That'll be her first.
Adams Central, if they could get 2 points with Gooden on the bench, they it's equivalent of getting 4.
Yeah,
they have their big sitting out, resting up, trying to get charged up for the second quarter. So if they can get a good shot with one of the Scott sisters, they're going to feel pretty confident. But Adams Central, even though they haven't made anything from the field, they should feel confident in what they've doing on offensive side of the court, because they're getting good shots. They're just not making it.
Yeah, so Scott here, top of the key, 9 seconds to go in the first quarter. Scott now goes to work. She'll back it out. Looks like a combobulated possession.
You got to
here.
get something going to the
Scott,
hoop.
at 1 second on the clock, throws up a wild shot, and that looked bad with 10 seconds because they backed it out near the logo with 9 seconds to go, going the wrong direction.
Yeah, and what you have to do with a lot of high school boys and girls, you got to understand, you got to know the situational basketball. We talk about situational football all the time in football, but situational basketball, right? You got to know how many fouls they have to give, and where's our advantage on the offensive side of the floor. Whereas you have both Scott sisters that have had success driving to the hoop. Yeah. But they didn't run any action on offense to get either one of them going to the hoop. And so what they could have done is space the court, have both one Scott sister on one side of the court, one on the other. So even if you have to reverse the ball, or better yet, pull it out, you have your scoring threats on both sides of the court. When you have them both kind of locked into the corner, it makes the defensive adjustments or the defense of North Bend a lot more successful. And so that's what you saw, discombobulated last 10 seconds.
End of the first quarter. Let's take a 30-second breather. It's 8-3 NBC over Adams Central right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, Nick Standard, Jay Foreman with you. Class C1 title game near corner now good and back into the game for Adams Central. The Patriots just shot 14% from the field in the first quarter. They missed the 3-point badly. And here comes Caitlin Emanuel out and running. She's fouled in transition and now call that one on the big fellow, number 45, Rachel Gooden.
Yeah, look, it was probably not the best shot coming out of the timeout in the second quarter for Adams Central. Long three that was off the mark, which went to Kate Emanuel, obviously the highest scorer on the floor, which got into a fast break opportunity. Gooden got back, but she didn't square up. She didn't wall up. She kind of grazed her. So even though she was straight up, she was moving, so it looked like a worse foul than it actually was.
I will say Adams Central catches a break as Emanuel goes 1 of 2 at the line because that foul was actually called on Lauren Scott, not Gooden. So the 6'4" post player avoids picking up her first foul still here in the second quarter. So here's the Patriots down 9-3, and we have a moving screen, and that's the announcer's jinx right there because that moving screen goes on Rachel Gooden.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was necessarily the right call there because it wasn't at the, I guess, point of attack, right?
Yeah.
The Adams Central guard wasn't trying to drive to the hoop, actually pulled it out, and it was the original pick and roll was rejected, and he got her on the second.
Emmanuel throws up a tough left-handed layup, no good. Missed everything, and Gooden's there to collect the miss. Now to Scott on the right side. She'll slow things down, trying to get it inside to the other Scott, and she is fouled on the pass by, I believe they're going to call this on number 30.
Is it
Lauren
on the ground,
Stirrup.
or are they going to give her a little bit of early Christmas present and give her a shooting foul? No, on the ground.
Yeah, so
On the floor.
inbound from underneath the Adams Central bucket. So 9-3 the score. The Tigers of North Bend Central out in front of Adams Central. 7:15 to play first half. C1 title game. North Bend going for their 4th straight. Think about that, Jay. Caitlin Emanuel, a senior, could win a state title every year.
Every year she's been in high school. That's a storied high school career. Yeah. And also, if they were able to pull it out today, guess the pressure on her younger sister, right? Yeah. You talk about bragging rights.
within the house.
Within the house, let alone the mental advantage if they're playing one-on-one basketball in the backyard.
We have a traveling violation called on Weichman of Adams Central, or rather, they're going to call it
on North Bend.
North Bend.
Yeah.
So,
Bishop. And what really, to be honest with you, the North Bend player was on the floor so long that once she started to move, it was a technically by the letter of the law, it was a travel.
As we have a body flailing out of bounds. Last touch, the Adams Central Patriots. So North Bend will get the basketball as Scott came flying into press row.
Right. Really, to be honest with you, we haven't talked enough about how good of a defensive team North Bend has been.
Yeah.
They're really good on the defensive rebound. They're really good on the rotation. They do a really good job of boxing out. Obviously we talked about the Emanuel sisters, obviously how good they are on the offensive end, but what they've done on the defensive end is really, really stymied the Adams Central offensive attack. Now, Adams Central tried to get a little bit into a secondary break. Gooden was open. Scott just a little bit long and high on that initial dump in right there. But, again, we have a break in action. I think a TV timeout. If I'm Adams Central, I'm keep telling my girls, just slow down, relax. Yeah. As bad as we've played, look at the scoreboard. We're only down by 6. We've missed every single shot that we normally make. Yeah. So let's keep doing what we're doing and don't try to throw the perfect pass. Just go out and play basketball.
Well, this is not you might think you're crazy when I'm saying this. Adams Central today, 1 of 10 from the field, shooting 10% from the field so far,
right,
in a little under a quarter and a half.
Right. Yeah, and they have never shot this bad. I know, look, North Bend Central is a really good defensive team. Obviously they're veterans. They know what they're doing. A lot of these girls have won state championships ever since they've been in high school, and maybe would have won it if they could have played in 8th grade, where Adams Central is still a legitimate offensive team. So they have to know they got to get it going. They'll get it going sooner or later, but we can't be in the third quarter and they're still shooting 10%.
Adams Central searching for their first state title since 1995. So here is Goggin on the left wing. She dribbles it back out near the logo. Now finds Bishop on the right side. Now a corner. Caitlin Emanuel with it.
Adams Central look like they're still staying in a little bit of more of a relaxed triangle and 2, trying to make everybody else shoot on the other offensive side for North Bend.
Madison Bishop drills the 3 from the right wing, so it's now 12-3. North Bend Central out in front of Adams Central. Inside, pass deflected, taken away by NBC, and here comes Caitlin Emanuel pushing the pace. NBC has numbers. Now Emanuel will slow things out. Stop, kick, Bishop to Goggin on the right side, and she'll slow it down, looking for help. Pass almost taken away by Scott, but corralled by Bishop of NBC. Now left side, Lindsay Emanuel, daring her to shoot that 3, decided not to. Back to Bishop. Now Emanuel on the left side, right side, Goggin. She'll pop it from beyond the arc, no good, and Goggin collects the miss.
Yeah, look, Adams Central is making North Bend shoot the shots that they want them to shoot, and they're doing a really good job with defensive rebound. What they're not doing is being effective on offense, and they looked a little bit discombobulated. The spacing, as you see it right now, Nick, isn't very good. You have Megan Scott trying to get it into Lauren Scott, so forth and so on. And so they have to continue along the process. Oh, what?
And here
right
off
there.
the offensive rebound, we have a layup for Adams Central by Scott, and she is fouled as well, so she'll line shoot one more.
Back to your original point, right? You said when Goggin comes out, it brings out Lindsay Emanuel, right, to guard her. Then it allows for the Scott sister to have more opportunities to drive. Well, Gooden shot a nice little mid-range jumper, missed it. Scott was in position to rebound, got the offensive rebound, put it back up. Now she has a chance for a three-point play.
So Scott at the line to shoot one for Adams Central. It's up and it is good. It's now 12-6. The Patriots scored their first point in what feels like forever.
It was forever.
It
doesn't feel like it. It was forever.
It's only a 6-point ball game halfway through the second quarter. So here's Goggin on the right side. She drives, tries to draw on a defender, doesn't get it to work. Now Lindsay Emanuel finds a cutting Bishop. She kicks it out. Pass tracked down on the near sideline by Goggin. Now here we go, top of the key. Bishop left side, back to Goggin. On the right side, she stops, kicks back out, top of the key. Bishop left side, she drives, left-hand layup, good. 14-6 NBC. Up the floor go the Patriots of Adams Central inside the lane.
There it is,
Scott,
right there
layup,
again.
Got it.
Secondary break, Nick, by the Scott sisters. Both of them can run, and both of them know how to pass effectively to each other. 2 possessions ago, they missed it. They went right back to it. So, look, you start to see Adams Central start to see, the ball go in the hoop, get some confidence, right? Got the defensive rebound. Now they're into a little bit of a press break where Adams Central or North Bend has picked them up a little bit of full court, getting them to play at a little bit faster pace. And I think that's what Adams Central wants to do.
So here's Scott at the top of the key. She tried to get it on a backdoor cut by Lancaster, wasn't able to. Now top of the key, Kimberly. Right side, Lancaster. We have another moving screen, this time called on number 11, Gracie Weichman.
Yeah, this must be a point of emphasis for the state tournament. I think yesterday in the Lincoln High game, or all the games that me and you have done, including the 2 today, it's probably almost in double digits with moving screens. So I think it's an emphasis. So if I'm a coach for next week's boys state championship, it's going to be at the top of my list that we don't want to have unforced errors by having moving screens called against us.
3:23 to go, second quarter, 14-8. North Bend Central out in front of Adams Central. Top of the key, Caitlin Emanuel. She'll drive, kick now, left side. Bishop, she tries to go right into the teeth of the defense, unable to do so. And now we have a trip on number 3, Cassie Burbach of North Bend Central, as Scott was trying to bring the basketball down the floor.
Yeah, it was a good hard play. They just kind of got tangled up a little bit, and it's a foul. Actually, if I'm North Bend Central, I'm okay with that foul because it looked like Adams Central was ready to get into their fast break and had numbers. And so anytime you can stop Adams Central from getting easy shots because they haven't been able to make them on a consistent basis up till now, you're playing with house money if you're North Bend.
3:05 to play, second quarter, 14-8 NBC. We have a deflected pass out of bounds, last touch by Bishop of North Bend Central, so it'll stay with the Adams Central Patriots with just over 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. 14-8 NBC out in front of the Patriots.
If I'm Adams Central, I'm going to try to get some stuff going to the hoop, considering that we look pretty confident at the free throw line. So, they're 2 fouls away from being in the bonus. I like the way that they're playing right now. Missed another easy shot right there. A great offensive rebound by Lauren Scott. Just a little bit short on the putback, but got plenty of time left, and they should be playing. They should have a lot of confidence into what they've been able to do on the offensive side of the ball. Look, when you have the Scott sisters along with Gooden, they're athletic enough and fast enough to be able to get second chance points. Yeah, they have just missed so many close shots. Right now, to only be down by 6, they could actually have more confidence than North Bend because North Bend has not been able to get the Emanuel sisters off as much as they'd like.
Entry pass inside, good, and off the glass, it rattles home, and it's just a 4-point ball game as North Bend Central will try to extend their lead. 2:15 to go, second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, the defense, the mix-up of defensive,
Here's Lindsay Emanuel, jumper, no good, but she's fouled at the free throw line. She doesn't have to walk far to go to the charity stripe.
Yeah, Adams Central got caught up in a defensive rotation, even though they looked a little confused on what defensive scheme that they were going to run, whether they were going to go triangle and 2 or a little bit of a 1-1-3 kind of zone. And so what that looked to North Bend was a little bit of a man-to-man. And so what they did is they ran a little bit of a pin down, a little bit of dribble handoff, a good mid-range jumper, and they did the cardinal sin, foul them after she shot. Now she's at the free throw line. Missed the first one. See if she can cash in on the second one.
Lindsay Emanuel at the line. She has 4 points, make it 5. And North Bend leads 15-10 with 2:02 to go in the first half. So Adams Central bring it up the floor, working. As Lancaster now left side, Scott.
Ooh.
Entry pass down low. We have a hold called on Cassie Burback.
So that's 6 fouls on North Bend, right? And when you talk about trying to win a championship, it comes down to free throws sometimes in the last 2 or 3 minutes of that fourth quarter, right? So when you're thinking about it, if I'm Adams Central, where we struggled to score the basketball, and we feel like we have the size advantage and the ability to drive to the hoop, especially if you bring Gooden out. I'm trying to get something going to the hoop here in the last 2 minutes.
So inbound pass underneath their bucket. They'll have to throw it to the safety net up top. Entry pass, great delivery by Scott McGooden. Missed the bunny at the lane, and now she's going to foul Caitlin Emanuel. Gooden picks up foul number 2.
Yep, a little bit of frustration there just because that's the George Mikan drill I'll date myself in the George Mikan drill. That's the drill you've been doing since 4th grade. And when you're good and where you've been so effective, catching the ball up high and making actually harder shots than she just missed, you saw a little bit of frustration because not only she's more frustrated at herself, tried to get it back. And sometimes you just got to say, hey, look, I just messed up and get back down the court.
It was a great delivery on a great pass as Emanuel misses the free throw. Great pass by number 41, Lauren Scott. Gooden just wasn't able to convert on the off the great assist. So entry pass now down low. Megan Scott in the lane, spins around off the glass, too strong, and Emanuel cleans the miss. So here comes Caitlin Emanuel and the North Bend Central Tigers. Right side, Emanuel. Good transition defense to get back in time by the Patriots. Gooden will get called for the block.
Wow.
I think she might have taken an elbow or
to the stomach. That was if I'm Adams Central's coach, I'm lighting that referee up right now because Gooden did a really good job of getting over there, establishing her position, did not move, and walled straight up. That was textbook technique defensively to take a charge. But I will tell you, Emanuel kind of slipped through there, right, and accidentally elbowed her in the stomach. So it made it look like a blocking foul, but you have to give the defense that call for the charge when she's got there and established her position.
I also think it's tough. It's going to look awkward when a 6'4" player gets knocked down.
Right.
Because it takes a lot.
It does. Yeah. And she's a legit 6'4" and has long arms. But at the end of the day, from a referee standpoint, you have to look at the feet, establish the position. And she was there, what looked like almost a second beforehand.
Yeah. 1:20 to go, second quarter. It will be 2 free throws for Caitlin Emanuel. Emanuel on the day, 3 points, struggling to shoot. She hit her first shot, but now has missed her next 5. She's 1 of 6 from the field, also 1 of 5 from the free throw line.
Now, what you're seeing right now is Coach Evan Smith from Adams Central. He's making a lot of 6. He's a lot nicer than I would be because now my star player is out for the rest of the first half. He's asking for clarification what Gooden needs to do or a player on Adams Central needs to do to get a charge call, considering they've called 2 offensive fouls against them on North Bend. So if I'm him, I'm trying to get clarification because that play right there should have been a charge.
Emanuel is now 1 of 7 at the free throw line as she misses both free throws. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by the NBC Tigers. So it'll be Adams Central basketball still within striking distance. NBC hasn't scored in the last 3 minutes.
These are two teams that lock in and play defense. And so as bad as they've shot either from the free throw line or, from the bunny range in the field, I will say this, they play, it's not by lack of skill. It is because of the defensive intensity that both teams have.
3 ball by Kimberly is going to be blocked by Emanuel, and on the defensive rebound, North Bend Central is fouled by Adams Central. So now they'll go to the line to shoot. Still 1-1, I believe. At the line, shooting 1-1 is going to be number 21, Madison Bishop, the senior guard for North Bend Central.
Yeah, they ran. Adams Central had a really good offensive set there. They ran a little pin down, got the ball into Megan Scott. She reversed pivot. I would have liked to see her just turn and put it up because she has been really, really effective inside. and she's a pretty good free throw shooter.
First one for Bishop is good. 58 seconds, left in the second quarter. 16-10. North Bend out in front by 6. Second one on the way, also good for Madison Bishop. It's now a 7-point Tiger lead. So here comes the Adams Central Patriots, and Weichman will bring it across the timeline, gets picked up by Goggin, now right side, Nienhauser. She'll dribble top of the key, tries to find a crease, unable to do so. Back to Weichman, top of the key, Kimberly. She just missed a 3 a moment ago. She stops in the lane, off the glass, way too strong. Kicks it out. 3 ball on the way. No good, off back iron. And we're going to have a foul called on North Bend Central as Goggin is going to try to defend herself and say that she was being held by the Patriots, but it's not going to work.
I know the North Bend fans don't really like that, but I will tell you this. There was two foul calls that they missed. I know they're pointing at the replay screen, but what they're not really replaying is the 2 different fouls on defense that they could have called on them. So, they got locked up. I will say this, the Adams Central offensive player was making an active effort to go get the ball. So even if they were locked up, where if you're actively going to get the ball, it made it look like the North Bend defender was holding on to it.
Adams Central connects on both free throws on the 1-and-1, so it's now back to a 5-point Tigers lead. 17-12 is where we're at. Under 30 seconds to go, second quarter. Emmanuel will bring it across the timeline. North Bend working left to right. Goggin there was going to set a screen left, but Emmanuel chooses not to use it. 18 seconds back on the clock now until the break. Emmanuel crosses over in the lane, takes the contact, no whistle. Defensive rebound, Adams Central. Kimberly, and she's going to be fouled.
Yeah, it was
by Goggin.
It was a good move there by Kate Emmanuel, right?
Yeah.
A little bit of a high pick and roll, crossed up the defender, got a good shot, kind of a mid-range floater, just a little bit too hard off the back iron. Really good job of rebounding the ball by the Adams Central defense there, and also controlling the ball to where it made the referees call a foul. Now they're at the free throw line and being able to knock down this lead, which they did in the front end of the 1-on-1 without the clock running.
So first free throw on the 1-on-1, the front end is good. It's for a 4-point Tigers lead. Tough shooting for both sides, but Adams Central, one of their last 8 from the field. So 7 seconds to go, second quarter, second free throw on the way on the back end of the 1-on-1. Kimberly knocks them both home. It's 17-14.
It's a defensive battle here. Just 7 seconds. Emmanuel's going to get the ball. A little bit of a...
Caitlin Emmanuel, top of the key. She'll dump it
off to her sister.
Lindsay Emmanuel's fouled.
Wow.
She's fouled by number 30, Megan Scott.
Wow, that looked like a lot of ball there, Nick.
And that's going to be the second foul on Megan Scott.
Wow. You know what? The Emmanuel sisters, right, they play with a tremendous amount of poise, and they play with great pace, right? A little bit of a funky dribble by Kate Emmanuel. Knew that the whole team was going to clamp down on her. Lindsay Emmanuel went backdoor, got something going to the hoop, drew the foul with 0.8 seconds left.
Lindsay Emmanuel drains the first free throw. Second one coming up to make it a 19-14 ball game, a 5-point differential heading into half. Second free throw on the way. It's good. And so Adams Central inbound it. There's the horn, and we have hit the break at halftime in the C1 title game. The score is North Bend Central 19, Adams Central 14. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a couple minutes right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Show me a team that fields a strong lineup season after season and you'll dominate. That's the way it's been at Platte Valley Equipment for decades. Whatever your task, their John Deere lineup of equipment handles it with ease. From riding mowers, compact tractor packages to farm equipment, they can't be beat. That goes for the low monthly payments too. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, the proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career, or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC. Your path to personal and professional development.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
At Mosaic, we build a caring company for the people we serve in our workforce. You can be a part of it. Mosaic supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and other diverse needs to choose where they live, with whom they live, and how they spend their days. That is empowering. Do you know someone who could use that type of support? You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit mosaicinfo.org. That's MOSAICINFO.org.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Center, Jay Foreman back with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena here at the half in the C1 title game. North Bend Central leads Adams Central 19-14 at the break. Both teams struggle to shoot the ball, especially in that second quarter, especially in the later stages. Adams Central ends the second quarter on a 1-of-8 drought from the field, while North Bend Central didn't hit a single shot in their last 4 minutes and 16 seconds of game time. So, Jay, here as we are at the half, 19-14 Tigers are somehow still in the lead, despite – and only by 5, I should say, despite the atrocity that is the Adams Central shooting right now. It's not that they haven't gotten good looks, it's that they've struggled to make them.
Yeah, they're 4-21 from the field, and they have worked for those 4 field goals.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, Megan Scott and Rachel Gooden, they're both, 2 for 6 and 2 for 5 respectively. So, when you start the game off and at the end of the first quarter it's 8-3, both teams scored 11 points in that second quarter. Even though the shooting has not been good for either team, I feel like Adams Central has been getting the better shots. They just have missed a lot of easy bunnies, and they need to capitalize on it, not only to bite into this lead by North Bend, but keep control of the game. If I'm in at halftime, both teams should have confidence. Obviously, North Bend should feel like, hey, look, we're winning the game. We're 3-time state champion. We're going to get going. Our best player, Kate Emanuel, is 1 of 7 on the field, 1 of 7 at the free throw line. That normally doesn't happen. But then if I'm Adams Central, I'm saying this is the worst half of basketball we've ever played, and we're only down by 5. And every shot we've taken, besides the 2 deep Steph Curry threes, have been shots that we normally make. So what we need to do is, if I'm Adams Central, I'm going to keep going back to that offensive set where I bring Gooden out a little bit, and then let the Scott sisters try to either offensive rebound or cut off of that or drive. They seem to be getting a lot of good shots that way. Now, if I'm on the other side of North Bend, to either go against that triangle and 2 defense, 2-3 defense, or anytime that I'm trying to get into the fast break and 1 or 2 passes and getting something to the hoop with the Emanuel sisters, because they are really effective when they play off of each other, whether it's dribble handoff or coming off of a screen. They do a really good job of getting each other the basketball in places to score effectively.
So once again, as Jay was saying, Adams Central 0 of 7 from beyond the 3-point line here in the first half. They were only 4 of 21 from the field overall shooting the basketball. However, when they got to the charity stripe, they did make their free throws. They were 6 of 7 from the free throw line in the first 2 quarters. For North Bend, 6 of 20 from the from the field, 1 of 6 from beyond the arc. They struggled shooting their free throws, 6 of 13 in the first half. Now, I will say, with Rachel Gooden, the 6'4" post player for Adams Central, having 3 fouls, expect Kate Emanuel, North Bend's best player, who is on her, to go right at her from the get-go here in the third quarter.
Exactly. So that's where you would probably see, ideally, if you're Adams Central, go back to that triangle and 2 defense. It confused North Bend, but also, you know what a sneaky fact here, Nick, is that triangle and 2 is making other people, or was supposed to make other people from North Bend score. I want to give Madison Bishop a ton of credit, right? 2 or 3 from the field, 1 or 2 from 3-point line or 3-point range, and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And then when you have Catherine Goggin, she's 0 for 3 and 0 for 2 from 3-point line, but she's been effective at getting some rebounds and second chance points. So when you think about it, the one player that they were expecting not to get, score some points came up and scored 5 points for them, which is huge for when you're thinking about the action. And that's actually the difference in the first half, right? So Madison Bishop stepped up, hit a 3 and 2 free throws along with a 2-pointer. That's the difference in the first half.
We got a couple minutes left in halftime here. They're handing out some Believers and Achievers awards to some high school students. So shout out to Samantha Boniface, Connor Reeson, Harley Stark, and Gerson Stengel.
Did you ever get one of those?
I never did. Never even got nominated.
Neither.
So.
See, that's the connection that we have, Nick.
There it is.
That's why we're so good together, because we both didn't achieve anything in high school.
And we didn't believe in anything.
We didn't get any awards, but all we did was just hang out and get free lunches, right?
Here we are. Got a couple minutes left till we begin the third quarter. 19-14. The 1 seed leads the 3 seed Adams Central at the break. We'll be right back to start the third quarter on 93.7 The Ticket.
Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman back with you from the Pinnacle Bank Arena. Started the third quarter. I don't know why I put the in front of Pinnacle Bank Arena there. 19-14 NBC out in front of the Adams Central Patriots. It will be North Bend Central basketball to begin things.
Yeah, look, it's a close game. Adams Central started to get some confidence there to try to get, they've been getting good shots all game, but you saw a couple of shots go in. And North Bend has obviously been locking down on defense, and anytime the game got below 5, they were able to get to the free throw line. So now the foul started at 0. Obviously, the only player in foul trouble is Gooden. But it's going to be interesting to see what type of defense Adams Central comes out in, and then what type of adjustments offensively North Bend does, because Adams Central's change of defensive schemes, both on the run and then coming out of the starter every quarter, has given them a little bit of fits.
So North Bend Central with it. Now they'll work right to left.
Looks like they went right back down to the triangle and 2, trying to make a little bit of adjustments there, right? And that triangle and 2 is giving you a little. It's a zone right there where you mixed in with a little bit of man on 2 of their players. They're going to force everybody else to score. A deep 3 by North Bend, rebounded by Lauren Scott. Now they're on the break and see if they can get a good shot. Let's see what Adams Central does. Do they go back to the high-low trying to work inside, or do you try to get a drive by one of the Scott sisters if they can space the court a little bit better to open up them driving lanes?
Not a whole lot of three-point shooting going on in today's game as North Bend is just 1 of 7, while Adams Central is 0 for 7.
This is old-school basketball, Nick. Come on now. Look,
just get rid of the three-point line again, why don't we?
Yeah.
Here's Gooden on the right side. She drives on the left side, kicks it out. Spin move on the elbow. Nice up and under move. Short.
That was a good move again.
Layup though.
Again, Adams Central is getting a lot of good shots, and then what happens is the Manuel. Oh,
as now Manuel rises up.
Right.
Hits the jump shot from the right free throw part, or excuse me, right side of the lane, and there's a foul as well.
Katie Manuel did a really good job of getting the defensive rebound, and she's such a skilled player for being 6 foot tall. Is able to lead the break, then obviously cross the defender over, and then hit the good mid-range jumper. Now she's at the free throw line trying to extend the lead to 8.
Emmanuel has struggled. Caitlin Emmanuel, she is 1 of 8 from the free throw line.
If Adams Central could get this thing close, do you foul Kate Emmanuel?
I don't think you do. I was saying the same thing.
I
take experience over what you're doing today.
Oh, look at Kate Emmanuel hustling, trying to get the ball, trying to get an easy 2 points. Good job by her not touching the ball when she knew Scott was catching up to her. So Lauren Scott did a really good job of going back there. But now North Bend has the ball down on their end of the court. Now, look, the one thing that's also unique, Nick, in this championship game, there isn't a shot clock. So that's maybe why you're not seeing a lot of 3 points. But Kate Emmanuel, she's not hitting free throws, but she's coming out and working out offensively where she just got to drive to the hoop. So the first 4 points she scored.
Entry pass over the top to Megan Scott. She fakes right, goes left, throws up an acrobatic shot. No good, not even close. And here comes Lindsay Emmanuel back the other way, gets her pocket pick from behind, and the Patriots will be back on offense. Up the floor, Megan Scott. They try to get it into Gooden. Now they do on the right block, and it's stolen from behind by Madison Bishop. So 5:55 to go, third quarter, 23-14. So far, North Bend Central Tigers on a little 4-0 run to begin things here in the third quarter, all led by Caitlin Emmanuel.
Right. What they're doing is they got Kate Emmanuel at the free throw line, doing a little bit of a pin down reverse action here. Now Lindsay Emmanuel with the deep 3 air ball to Kate Emmanuel. Now they kicked it back out. Now they're right back into their offensive set.
Yep. So here's Emmanuel at the free throw line. Thought about pulling up from the elbow. Decided to kick it out to Goggin. Right wing.
Kick it to Bishop. You got to guard her. She has 7 points in that first half.
So here's Lindsay Emmanuel back out to Goggin. She drives, tries to draw defenders. Now Stirrup will try a 3 ball on the way off back iron, and the rebound corralled by Adams Central. Back the other way we go. Patriots cross the timeline. Scott took too many steps on the left wing.
Just one extra step there, right? She had 2 moves in her head, but the first move needed to be set your pivot foot. So she didn't know whether she wanted to shoot that mid-range shot or she wanted to drive. You know what she saw? She saw Kate Emmanuel in there, and then she thought, well, if I drive, I could get my shot blocked. But at the end of the day, she's been doing a really good job of driving to the hoop. I would have liked to see her take it in there, try to draw a cheap foul on Kate Emmanuel.
Yeah, 23-14. North Bend Central out in front by 9 over the Patriots of Adams Central. Mid-range J from the free throw line bounces around and out for Kate Emmanuel. Now it'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the North Bend Central Tigers. So back the other way we go with the Patriots, still searching for their first points here in the third quarter.
Look, Kate Emmanuel can make that shot. She's made it 3 times already today. Just a kind of a crossover dribble, pull up, kind of a la Kobe Bryant. Just a little bit off the mark, but
now Gooden in the lane, misses the right-handed layup. Too strong.
Too strong off the backboard.
And here comes Caitlin Emmanuel pushing the pace with Gooden trailing behind. In the lane, on the doorstep.
You better get a timeout. Adams Central better get it.
When you don't have a 6'4" Gooden in the lane and she's all the way back at half court.
Right.
It opens up and it allows that paint to be a lot bigger than it usually is here today.
Right. And see, here's what people can, if they're just listening to us on 93.7 The Ticket and the 937theticket.com, and then, of course, on the 937 The Ticket app, right? Shameless plug.
Where else?
Twitch, Twitter,
YouTube,
Twitter,
Facebook.
YouTube, Facebook,
there it is.
And whatever else is out there.
Instagram.
But here's what people can't understand, don't get to see, is the speed of Kate Emmanuel and her sister Lindsay Emmanuel. Anytime that they get a defensive rebound, they are turning and burning and getting down the court. And they're now Gooden missed the shot and fell down, so now they're automatically have numbers. Now they're on a 5-on-4 break.
Yeah.
Now you have the 2 best ball handlers on the court going full speed. So now Kate Emmanuel had it, was going to jump up or stop for a jump shot, dumped it off to her sister, 2 points there. Again, a la the backyard. They've been doing that forever. So now when you look at North Bend, they're in their timeout with 11-point lead. Adams Central, you're saying the same thing. Remember, I said it in the first half. We can't be in the third quarter talking about we got to start making bunnies. See, when you start missing those shots, no matter what, even though they're good shots and you keep getting them, you got to get the confidence there. They had a little bit in the second quarter. They just came out and got overwhelmed, I think, with North Bend making a little bit of adjustments. And it's not that they're not in the right spot. They're just not making their shots.
Yeah.
I feel like defensively, when they are able to get back and get set up, they're just fine. But North Bend is beating them down the court in a fast break.
And I would say this, it's a relatively, in Adams Central's case, it's a relatively good game so far defensively.
Right.
It just looks bad because you haven't been able to hit your shots.
Right.
You're 0 for 7 from beyond the arc, and you're shooting 16% from the field.
Yeah, exactly.
So inbound pass for Adams Central to get it into Gooden in the far corner right in front of the Patriots bench. She loses it for a moment, gets it back. She needs help, gets it taken away from her. Emmanuel dives, and she's going to be
Right,
fouled.
that's their third foul now, right?
Yep.
So now if I'm Adams Central, now I'm trying to get my way back into this game. The star player, right? You got to see if North Bend coach believes in her. That if she gets a fourth foul, the complexity of this game changes drastically.
Left side. Here are the Patriots. Spin move on the left side of the lane. They kick it out now to Lancaster.
You gotta go.
Entry pass taken away from behind by Emmanuel. And we're going to have a foul called on Gracie Weichman.
Yep. Stop the fast break, which actually was a good foul. But I like the idea of Adams Central trying to get the ball into Gooden to draw the fourth foul. But here's what I'd like. Let's go back to where you pull Gooden out.
Yeah.
And then you kind of maybe run a little bit of a pick and roll and get one of the
everything else.
And open it up for one of the Scott sisters to drive against her and maybe get a cheap foul.
And that's one complaint that I would have if I was, criticizing North Bend Central here. They haven't gone at Gooden.
Yeah.
Why haven't you gone at Gooden? She's a 6'4" player with 3 personal fouls. As the 3 ball, no good by Bishop. Offensive board,
but
North
it's hard,
Bend Central.
Nick,
Lindsay.
it's hard to go to Gooden when they're in that kind of a triangle and 2
That's a good
defense.
point.
So they're trying to protect her, knowing normally a
They
team
would go
led
right
by
at her.
Nick Steiner would have went right at her and tried to get her out of the game. See, they're not used to you. You see,
They're
look, I'm Mark Jackson, a former
that's
player.
right, yeah.
You're Jeff Van Gundy. You're one of the best coaches of all time.
Oh, thank you.
They should hire you at Pius.
I don't know why I'm here.
Me neither. I don't know why. Pius, hire Nick.
Adam Brill's doing just fine over at good old Pius. As Gooden drives right side, and she may have gotten away with a travel.
Gotten away with a travel. Yeah, kind of
But she's
lost
gonna
the
get
handle of the
called for her. She's
ball.
gonna draw a foul.
And you know what? Look, being 6'4", you can tell them and to keep the ball high. Keep the ball high. It's hard to do.
It's not comfortable.
But also when you think Kate Emanuel is 6 foot, in legitimate 6 foot, not the ones you kind of just put in there to try to intimidate people. And she's a physical defender. If I am Gooden, I'm going to work really hard.
Entry pass down low. It's going to be off the hands
Right.
of Gooden and turnover once again to the Patriots.
Off the handle of Gooden. Guess who helped out Kate Gooden or Kate Emanuel there? Younger sister, Lindsay, said, I got your back and stripped it from behind.
So here are the Tigers, 2:47 to go, 25-14.
Dribble handoff there.
Left side, and now we're going to have a North Bend Central
was
timeout called by head coach Aaron Stirrup with 2:43 to go. We have to take a timeout, Jay. We'll be back in 30 seconds from Pinnacle Bank Arena. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman back with you at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Class C1 title game. North Bend leads by 11, 25-14. North Bend is the only team to have led in this game, as Adams Central shooting 16% from the from the field.
Oh, there's the
Bishop
fourth foul on
draws
Gooden.
the foul, and it's going to be the fourth on Rachel Gooden.
And Bishop is at the free throw line where she's 2 for 2. She's really stepped up in this game. Look, the Emanuel sisters are the two, offensive players you're going to focus on. They switched to the triangle on 2 and tried to make North Bend have one of the other 3 players step up. And Bishop has done it. She's 3 for 3, just made the first of the front end of 2. And she has played a big role in it. Now she has 8 points. And really, to be honest with you, with a 12-point lead, it's really because of her play and what she's done. She stepped up in the state championship.
Bishop connects on both free throws. It's now 28.
That is not who I'm fouling, Nick, if the game happens to get close. Because she is not messing around with the rim when she's shooting free throws.
Scratch that 27-14, rather. Excuse me, a 12-point lead, 13-point lead. Gosh, I'm struggling to add today. It's right side Scott on the right wing.
Are you sure you're graduating in May?
There's a reason. There's a reason I'm a broadcaster, not a.
Are you sure you're graduating in May, right?
That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
A good old pass-fail in math doesn't hurt anybody, Nick.
Well, also taking it in freshman year and taking the easiest one that UNL offers also helps.
Right,
So
that's the smart. That's the smart move.
That's why I'm in college.
Yeah, know your weaknesses.
27-14. NBC out in front of Adams Central. They'll inbound it directly in front of us here to Weichman on the right wing, now in the near corner. And we have a foul called on Cassie Burbach of North Bend Central. Away from the ball.
Right. It was good movement there by Megan Scott trying to get, low post advantage there against her. And so, look, there was a good call there. And look, you got to look for the Scott sisters have to step up now, considering that Gooden is out of the game.
So inbound pass inside to Scott on the left side, and she travels on the left side of the key, gives a little eye roll as well, and it'll be North Bend.
Did that look like a travel to you?
I did not think so.
that looked like
you
a
gotta be careful how loud you say that, Jay. There was a ref right in front of our table at that moment.
It'll be okay.
He gives us a side
He's still looking for the ball that he was looking for at the end of the first half. Yeah,
he yelled at us.
Yeah.
I got yelled at today by somebody. So here is Goggin on the left side. Now right side bounce pass to Lindsay Emanuel. She tries to drive on the right side. Does so in traffic. Puts up a shot. Draws a foul. No good on the layup, but she'll go to the line to shoot two.
Good aggressive move there by Lindsay Emanuel, right? Knowing that they caught Adams Central a little bit delayed in their defensive switch in their man-to-man type of defense and drove it to the hoop and draw the foul. Now she's at the free throw line shooting two.
So at the line shoot two, Lindsay Emanuel, the sophomore, misses on the first free throw.
2 for 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
3 of 5 now.
You're 3 of 5, my bad. Now look at my math. You're rubbing off on me, man.
I know. We're spending too much time together, Jay. It's a good thing you're not going to be here for the next game. As North Bend connects on the second free throw, it's 28-14.
I'll make sure not to trip on the way out of you since you kicked me out of here, Nick.
28-14. North Bend has doubled up Adams Central here. 1:35 to go, third quarter. Left side. Ball, Kimberly got it. And guess what?
That's why she's been shooting those deep ones.
Well, so here's the thing, Jay. In overtime in their quarterfinal game, semifinal game yesterday, she hit the game-winning three.
Oh, exactly. But she's shooting deep threes for a reason. So we stand corrected. Big shot there to kind of get back the momentum.
Adams Central now 1 of 8 from beyond the arc, and man, it feels like that was forever since Adams Central had scored the first points in the third quarter for Adams Central. Comes on a long three by Kimberly, and we have a North Bend Central timeout with a minute to go in the third quarter. 28-17, North Bend leads Adams Central right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Exactly 1 minute remains in the third quarter of the Class C1 title game here from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you. Coming up next, potentially the most intriguing game of the day in the Class B title game between Elkhorn North and Omaha Skutt Catholic. Omaha Skutt is the only team to have beaten the Wolves this season.
Right. You got the unstoppable force of Britt Prince.
Yeah.
Right. Little undermanned with only about 6 or 7 players against the immovable object of the Omaha Skutt that's not going to back down from anybody. And plus, the first game losing had to stick a thorn in your thigh. Because you got to think, Nick, when you're such a great player.
They've had to wait all year now to get payback.
Because when you go through the sign, say, we'll see you later.
Yeah.
And then you got to wait 3 months.
Yeah.
Now we're here. But does Skutt have the advantage mentally over Britt Prince and her Elkhorn North teammates?
Well, we'll find out as 30 seconds left in the third quarter here. North Bend Central floater, no good.
Oh, that's a bailout call right there.
Is fouled.
That was a wild shot that was really, really short. That was the most minimal contact foul that we've seen in the last 3 games that me and you have called. And it's pretty interesting. You and Strick are calling the next game. I understand it where I'm at in the pecking order. For people listening,
don't be coming at me like this.
Nick loves to kind of mess with me a little bit. Then he always likes to keep me nice and humble. He brings me only when people don't show up. And then the most exciting game of the weekend, right? The most exciting game, the most intriguing game announced by you. And you say, no, Jay, you can go home.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay in that seat. You can chill in another seat over here by us. I mean, there's a seat open right to my left.
Yeah, there's up in the 300 level that's not even open.
yeah, the drapes are down. The curtains are down. Maybe Matt Rule will share his suite with you or something like that up there at club level. Left side, here are the Patriots. 10 seconds to go. Third quarter, right side. Scott tracks down the loose ball. Now top of the key. 4 seconds on the clock. They have no clue. 1 on the clock. Kicks
Deep
it out.
three.
At the horn, it won't count. But at the end of the third quarter, the North Bend Central Tigers are on their way and creeping closer to their fourth straight title
championship
in 4 years. So they lead the Adams Central Patriots 30-17 at the end of the third quarter. We'll be back with the starter period number 4 right after this.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hey guys, this is Lindsay Teal from Nebraska Golf Team. Imagine golfing the best courses in the world. St. Andrews, Pebble Beach, Southern Hills, the best of the best. You can play those courses and more without ever leaving the city of Lincoln at Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle has the city's best golf simulators, 5 high-quality bays that track ball speed, launch angle, club speed, spin rate, and more to give you the most accurate gameplay. Check it out for yourself year-round. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is the start of the fourth quarter here from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman with you. Court side here, C1 title game. We're waiting a moment for the TV to get back from commercial. Ready to go. 30-17, North Bend Central out front. 8 minutes away from capturing their 4th straight title and the 4th title in Caitlin Emanuel's career as well. As Adams Central gets the inbound here to Weichman near the logo. Now left side, she dribbles, hands it off to Scott, drives baseline, now gets cut off by Bishop, out top to Gooden. Thought about pulling up, now decides to kick out. Drive in the lane, reverse layup thrown up, not even a good shot there by number 32, Lancaster. And here comes Caitlin Emanuel right back the other way.
That might have been a missed foul.
So
a lot of body contact there.
Here's Emanuel, kicks it out to Stirrup. Kicks it back out now, and Goggin will reset things with 7:27 to go in the game.
Yeah,
30-17.
Now you're seeing it where the 13-point deficit makes Adams Central come out and play defense man-to-man because there isn't a shot clock.
Gooden's got to be careful with those 4 fouls. Her and Caitlin Emanuel going at it at the top of the key. Now Emanuel, she'll drive baseline, works, and there's going to be a foul called on number 11, Gate Gracie Weichman. It almost looks like Emanuel got that left arm, maybe hooked her a little bit.
Hooked her a little bit, and a little bit of a carry, which has been the second or third time that would have been a questionable carry.
So inbound to Caitlin Emanuel on the right elbow. She thought about trying to hit the mid-range.
Good
Has to
move
go.
there.
Great move with the left hand. Finishes off the glass. It's a 15-point North Bend Central lead. Things looking a little bleak for Adams Central as they trail by 15, but they've only scored 17 throughout the entire game. As Gooden will pop the tray. Too strong offensive board.
Offensive
knocked
rebound.
out of her hands, and it comes away, Lindsay Emanuel comes away with the loose ball, and she'll slowly walk it across the timeline, working right to left. As Emanuel on the right wing, she gets bumped, and we're going to have another foul on the Patriots and number 32, Kylie Lancaster.
Now they're shooting free throws. Now you have to really, really think how you're going to manage this game if you're Adams Central, right? Do you go to more of a full court press to make them play a little bit faster? Now you got to understand that if they break the press, you're going to give up a couple points, but it's got to come down to offensive possessions. You can't come back from 15 points if you don't have the ball. So you have to have something to where you got to up the pace, because you want to get the ball out of Kate Emanuel's hands and obviously secondary Lindsay Emanuel's hands. So you got to go to maybe a 1-2-2 full court trap or 1-2-1-1. Probably obviously have Gooden back as a rim protector because she would be at a disadvantage from a foot speed standpoint. But you have to get the ball back and get more possession, because even though there's 6 minutes left, there's no shot clock. So then therefore you're actually really playing double time against the clock.
It's now a 17-point lead after those two made free throws by Caitlin Emanuel. So now the Patriots still looking for answers. Stirrup falls on the ground, 3 ball, left wing, short, and Lindsay Emanuel grabs the miss for North Bend Central. So she'll slowly bring it across half court. We're at 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. North Bend Central putting this one on ice as Caitlin Emanuel has the top of the key.
If I'm North Bend Central, I want both Emanuel sisters holding or having the ball, and Bishop. Great offensive rebound there by Goggin, and drew a foul, or was it ruled a jump ball?
It was a jump ball, so it'll stay with the Tigers.
But if I'm North Bend Central, both Emanuels, regardless of Kate Emanuel's struggles at the free throw line, Lindsay and Kate Emanuel are going to have the ball, and then Bishop is going to have the ball. Bishop is 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and the other two I just depend because they have the star power.
So inbound to Caitlin Emanuel on the left side. She'll bring it to the top of the key. This is where she usually likes to stop at the elbow or something, but she stops, picks up her dribble right side. Had her teammate Burbach fell down, and now Adams Central gets the turnover.
Don't even say it, Nick.
Inside. Oh, something about the turf monster?
Yeah. I gave that.
I wasn't even thinking about it. Cassie Burbach fell
just
down.
Because
just like
I know
Jay
that
Foreman
I'm going to be
did.
jettisoned to go back home. I want you to feel good the rest of the day.
Just like Jay Foreman did in 95?
96.
96 against OU.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Good steal on the inbound play.
Monster from underneath the earth just came up, snatched those ankles. 34-17, North Bend out in front by 17 over Adams Central. And Emanuel will bring it across the timeline. 5:19 to play, fourth quarter. North Bend creeping towards their 4th straight C1 title in school history. Now we'll have a timeout as Adams Central and number 30, Megan Scott, dove on the ground for the loose ball.
Right.
Adams Central calls a timeout.
Adams Central still playing hard.
We got to take a break as well. We'll be back in 60 seconds this time, right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
A new year means new goals and upgrading, but that doesn't only apply to health and fitness. Mullen Motors can get you into a new vehicle right now and get your 2023 started off the right way. They cleared off their 2022 inventory and have tons of new vehicles to choose from to make sure you get to where you need to be this year. Out with the old and in with the new. Stop by Mullen Motors today, just north of 48th and Layton.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
They have an organist in Pinnacle Bank Arena today.
Yeah, I know. They bring out all the stops for Championship Saturday.
Gooden in the lane, and Gooden will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. Rachel Gooden, just 2 of 7 from the field today in the C1 title game, has 4 points, only 3 rebounds, and 4 personal fouls.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of tough sledding, but they've been trying to get her the ball. You know, you got to think the first play of the game was way overthrown. There was another time in the second quarter where they tried to get into her again, overthrown. She's done a pretty good job around the hoop, and you got to think she missed 2 easy shots. So even though she's not scoring as many as she usually does, she's actually had opportunities, and she's missed a couple shots that we know she normally makes.
Gooden goes 1 of 2 at the line.
Yep, they're going to probably start subbing her in a little bit of offense for defense, pick up full court press because they cannot afford to let North Bend just pass around the ball and don't give them a chance to come back.
And we'll have a pass deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the North Bend Central Tigers. 5:01 to play, fourth quarter. C1 title game, North Bend Central and Adams Central. Coming up next, it's Elkhorn North and the top 10 prospect, Britt Prince. As we have a foul called on the Adams Central Patriots. It's going to be a blocking foul on Gracie Weichman. But as I was saying, top 10 recruit in the country, Britt Prince for Elkhorn North, goes for her third straight title.
Right.
And this is only the third year that Elkhorn North's been a school. She's won a title every single year that Elkhorn North has been an institution, and now they're going for their third straight. Scott going for their first ever.
If they're able to win a third in a row and then obviously be set up for fourth in a row, would she be in contention to be the greatest female basketball player in Nebraska history?
There's a close. She's missed, out of all the shots she's taken in the state tournament this season, this week, missed one.
Yeah.
She went 11 of 12 from the field yesterday. 30 points. In their blowout win against York.
Omaha Scott
stands
has seen
in
her
way.
miss. And Omaha Scott has been watching.
Yeah, Molly Ladwig dropped 25 on Thursday, and it's just been a really good week for Peyton McCabe and Omaha Scott and head coach Kip Connolly as well. So that's going to be an exciting one here coming up in a little while.
Yeah, it'd be great. You and Strick calling that
It
one.
will be
That'd
great.
really
Strick
cool.
and I will have a good time.
Yeah, I know you guys will.
As we
As
will.
a matter of fact,
here
is Strick right now.
As
Got a
we will
Gucci
with
hat on.
there he is. There he is. Eric Strickland, what's up? Oh, got the watch and everything today, Strick. Look at that. Now, top of the key, Scott with it. Guarded by Caitlin Emanuel. CJ, you just trying to cause problems. Megan Scott now left side.
I only have 4 minutes and 32 seconds left of your
Well,
time.
then get your words out.
No, that's
Jay,
all right.
you know where you can reach me all the time. Don't act like that.
Oh, wild shot there. Good rebound there by Kate Emanuel, which is I think she's getting close to getting double digits in rebounds. Now you see Stirrup missed the bunny shot.
So
her dad, the coach, is telling her, look, off the backboard, young lady, off the backboard. The bank is always open.
To answer your question, Kate Emanuel has 9 points and 9 rebounds.
Right. Look, to be honest with you, with the struggles from the free throw line, if she's able to get a double-double, that she'll sleep better at tonight, even though she knows she's going to be a 4-time state champion.
Yeah. Lindsay Emanuel has 12 points and 9 rebounds as well.
Right.
So how about that? Stirrup will check out. Number 3, Cassie Burbach will sub in. Jay, I just got a text. You really got to lighten up on me, they say.
Oh, is that your fan club?
No, I'm not going to say who texted me. I'm just saying there's people listening.
Okay, I'll lighten up. But Nick, you are the greatest co-commentator I've ever had in my life. I am blessed just to be by your presence. You know what? I want to say I really appreciate you for allowing me to be in your presence and inviting me down here to experience you doing what you do best on 937theticket.com, 937 The Ticket, the app, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and whatever, Facebook Live or whatever. I just can't believe I'm here. Even though you have your headphone on the wrong side, I still want.
What are you talking headphone on the wrong side?
It's at the L that's on here on the inside. That means it's supposed to be on the left.
That's fine.
I was just letting you know there. I mean, I'm just trying to look out for you.
That's right. The good thing about radio is nobody sees you.
Right, but you're on the stream.
About radio. That's true.
You're on the stream.
You want to be on the stream instead?
No.
I know how you feel about the stream.
No.
Let's take a 30-second timeout. It's 36-21. North Bend Central leads Adams Central. 4:01 to play.
Come see the state's largest display of John Deere equipment at Acres Ag and Turf Expo. Acres Ag professionals and suppliers will be on hand to discuss techniques from tillage and planting to application and harvest. Also, don't miss the full lineup of John Deere mowers and compact tractors. Join us at the Lincoln Lancaster Event Center March 8th and 9th. Go to acres.com to request your free tickets today.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman back with you here 4 minutes to go. It'll be a ball rolls out of bounds. Officials are competing. The guy that yelled at me, the official that yelled at me, it's going to be North Bend Central.
It looked like off of North Bend's foot, right?
It did.
Adams Central is going to a little bit of full court trapping on the first pass.
Yeah.
Did a really good job there to try to create some havoc and doubling it.
As they trap Lindsay Emanuel, she gets it to Kate Emanuel.
Wow.
May have got a little shove. but now Emmanuel looking for help. And that's going to be over and back. And the reason why she never established herself
with both feet.
Bingo.
Strick just came in there and said it's not over and back.
Here, take the headset. Explain why it's not over and back.
So because she caught the ball with split legs,
right?
That's not a 3 points, all ball, 2 feet
Right.
established. So he made the call a little bit early because
Yeah.
she straddled on the catch. So that's not an over and back.
Oh, that's knowledge there from Big Strick. I like that. See,
Strick
that's
also,
that's
Strick also broke his sunglasses. The sunglasses that I got him, he broke them. So here it comes Kate Emmanuel.
that's the after effects of Jake's.
Kate Emmanuel on the left
After
wing.
effects of Jake's.
3:25 to go, fourth quarter. Emmanuel in the lane,
breakdown.
splits the two defenders,
There you go.
and hits the layup.
There you go. She has 11 points.
Yep.
We have to see how many rebounds she has. She's able to kind of battle back and have a respectable game and be a double-double.
So now inside to
and
Gooden,
the
she
defensive
steals
steal.
it. Gooden may have pushed Emmanuel just a little bit.
Yeah.
North Bend
She was
Central
just trying to
is
get
a
it.
fan.
She was just trying to get her balance back. She relax. I think that right.
You don't have to tell me to relax.
The fans.
Okay.
Oh,
but now we're gonna have a
foul
foul. Looks
on
like
Gooden.
on Gooden.
She's already walking off.
So there you
the
go.
North Bend Central parents up there with 3 and 4 peat shirts, or 1 peat, 2 peat, 3 peat, 4 peat shorts or shirts.
It's
with
thing one, thing two.
With the blue wigs on. Definitely didn't like that Gooden was trying to get her balance on one of Emmanuel's sisters.
So 38-21, Madison Bishop at the line to shoot. 1-1. First one, no good off front iron. Rebound, Karams, and it's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Tigers.
The one thing here, you saw Lindsay Emmanuel go in there and get the offensive rebound. They are playing hard to the very, very end. That's how you become a 4-time, will eventually be a 4-time in a row state champion, playing at a standard that's beyond what everybody else has been playing at.
So here is Adams Central. Bounce passes left side. Now entry pass to Scott. She gets poked away from her by Manuel. Now Bishop comes away with it, and Caitlin Emmanuel will run down the floor. She'll cross the timeline, drives right, kicks back out. Top of the key, Bishop, and she'll slow it down with 2:29 to play in the fourth quarter. 17-point North Bend Central advantage.
That was a pretty aggressive pick there.
A lot of stuff going on right now. Is Caitlin Emmanuel on the right side.
Giving them the business.
She drives,
3.
kicks out, Goggin on the left
you
wing.
can just keep playing, keep away here.
Exactly.
With no shot clock. Nick, what's your feeling on shot clock in high school sports? Should it be at every level?
It needs it every level.
And
But-
you know what else I think on JV as well.
Okay, yeah.
Because
As
you
a
can get you ready,
developmental.
right?
Yeah.
And it might be maybe a little bit longer shot clock, but some teams start to go 4 corners, you know, at the middle of the third quarter. That's not teaching them basketball, and then plus there's not teaching them how to play at the highest level, which is high school right now.
So, in conversation with the shot clock, there's going to be a vote in March about the shot clock in Class B. It's going to get passed. So next season, Class B and Class A will have a shot clock in boys and girls basketball.
Right.
But I don't ever see it. And talking to people here at the state tournament this week, I don't ever see it going down.
Class C.
Yeah.
But you know what? Some Class C schools play Class B, so that,
You're right.
you know that's actually
So they
going to
get
be
to choose.
well during the regular season.
Yeah.
If you're playing at a Class B school, and say if it's Adams or North Bend playing at Scott or playing at Elkhorn North, you know what? I'm going to have my shot clock.
Well, yeah, exactly, and it's up to the home school to
Right.
choose whether or not they want to use the shot clock.
I got a 5 to 6, maybe even 10-point advantage before the game starts.
Big time. Let's take a break. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the final 2 minutes of the C1 title game. North Bend Central on their way to their 4th straight right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Nick, I'm going to tap him on the shoulder and tell him. Right now.
Tell him he's right here. Just say it. Say ref. Just move your mic a little bit so it doesn't blow out the listeners at home.
Say, hey, man, you messed that call up.
Yeah. You missed a couple today. And you yelled at my partner. Kaylin Emanuel gets the inbound pass. Now Lindsay Emanuel with it, and she'll be bumped on the hip by Kimberly. That's Katie Kimberly, and that's going to be her third personal foul. 1:56 to go, fourth quarter. I don't expect Adams Central to necessarily foul to extend this game when we get to that point. They're going to pressure, and there might be fouls that come with it, but intentionally I don't see it coming because
I was just about to ask you, at what point in the game with 1 minute and 57 or 56 seconds left do you call off the full court press? Yeah. Is it under a minute? Well, so considering that there's no shot clock, you actually you have to do this the whole game because sitting there and passing the ball around for 2 minutes is almost like watching paint dry.
Yeah. What's interesting, so Adams Central, and this might be why you don't call off the full court press, or you don't stop. I don't want to say trying, but giving full effort here late in the game. You only have 3 seniors on this team.
Yeah. Oh,
we have some extracurricular.
That looked like Detroit Pistons against the Celtics back in 1988. Right?
Could have been.
That was a good physical play. Bishop,
Madison Bishop calming herself down. She's
ground hard, tough hombre, tough young lady there, playing hard to the very end.
But she's back in it as here come the Patriots, working left to right, far corner. Kimberly down the lane. Scott out of control, layup, no good, not even close, out of bounds. North Bend Central basketball.
Yeah, Adams Central has had a lot of those shots around the rim, just rim out, not make them too strong off the backboard, a couple out of control. I think the pure defensive technique and intensity by North Bend. Look, we talked about the Emanuel sisters ad nauseum before the game, during the game, but we didn't really focus enough on how well they play defense. When you talk about Bishop, Goggin, Sturrow, the other 3 starters, along with the Emanuel sisters, they will lock you up, and you know what? You're only getting 1 shot against them. So Adams Central was a little bit overmatched today. You saw a 3-time state champion defend their title. Game was close. A 5-point game coming out of halftime.
Yeah.
Now look at it, 17-point. Because you guess what? They're able to hit a couple timely threes, right, coming out of half, and hit their free throws. And then Adams Central can take advantage of the easy buckets that they could have had, along with Gooden being in foul trouble.
So the reserves are going to come in, and for Caitlin Emanuel's sake, I hope she kind of hits this free throw so she can get the proper send-off, as she's going to walk away as a 4-time state champion. If she can hit this free throw as a substitute, will come in. She does.
There she goes.
And there you
Probably
go.
Relief for her, struggling at the free throw line all game long to get up there, and she's able to see the ball go in her very last game, last shot at North Bend, 4-time state champion. You see her hugging her teammates. What a great player. What a great career. What a great team North Bend has been. There's a lot of pressure sometimes, Nick. I know you don't really know about this, but defending state championships. But I'm just going to let you know, right? There's a lot of pressure when you got to defend 1, 2, 3, 4 times. You know, there's an old saying, Nick, right, by the philosopher Ric Flair. To be the man, you got to beat the man. And look, 4 different times, there's been people trying to beat North Bend.
Yeah,
all came up short. Valiant effort, though, by Adams Central.
Yeah.
5-point game. Coming out of halftime, if I'm an Adams Central player, I'm thinking we're right there with them. We haven't played very good. They continue to miss easy shots. That's why you see a 17, 18-point deficit right now.
After the 2 Adams Central free throws, it's 42-25, and now, for the most part, the Dogs have been called off, but now we're still going to have a foul. And let them play. Chance being
I mean, you know, this is good experience for Adams Central's reserves, North Bend reserves. You're going to get a peek into the future, right, of both teams, right? You got to think you're losing your best player in Emanuel for North Bend, and you're losing only 3 seniors there for Adams Central, even though they're all big-time players. Because you think of Adams Central, you're losing Gooden, and you're losing Lancaster, and you're losing Kimberly.
Yeah.
So you got to expect Adams Central to be back, even though Gooden is obviously the leading scorer. You got both Scott sisters coming back. And you got Weichman coming back. So you got some starters coming back along with state championship experience.
Also, how about this? Brooklyn Shaw, who was just at the free throw line for North Bend Central. She's now in the scoring column with 1 point. She's a senior on this team. Been a part of all 4 state championships as well. So here are the Patriots of Adams Central. 50 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Left side now. Charlie Mucklow in the lane. Mucklow off the glass, too strong. Rebound, and we're going to have a foul. And it looks like Brooklyn Shaw is going to go right back to the free throw line.
Yeah, look, it was a good defensive rebound. Look, both teams are going to play. When the reserves are in there, look, this is the time that, they've been looking for as well. They understand where the dynamics of the game. The chances of Adams Central coming back is not very good, but they're getting in out here in the state championship game. They're playing as hard as they can. One is for experience, but number two, when you're in the state championship, obviously, it's a 17, 18-point deficit. Both of these teams have a standard of playing hard to the very, very end. Yeah. You see these reserve players doing such that.
So 44-26, 40 seconds remain in the fourth quarter. North Bend on their way to their 4th straight C1 title. Brooklyn Shaw now has 3 points. She's 3 of 4 from the free throw line. She subs out.
All right, what a great game for her, right? Come in, hit 3 free throws,
and you're done.
And you're done.
Yeah,
right. I'm in the scoring column.
Yep.
State champion.
I'm here forever.
Yep.
Get a piece of that after as well. So your left side. 27 seconds to go. Fourth quarter, in the lane off the glass, and it falls.
Yeah, good pick and roll. And look, one thing I like is Adams Central, even though the starters know this game is over, they're cheering just as hard for the reserves. They're really, really happy for the reserves because, look, a lot of these reserves have been in practice running other team schemes and not getting a lot of playing time. So it's good to see the starters really happy for the reserve. And that lets you know they're a good team, good program as well.
There's the horn, and North Bend has done it. They are Class C1 state champions one more time, 4th year in a row. And if they win next year, right, always looking forward, if they can win next year, they will tie for the most consecutive state championships in Nebraska high school girls basketball history. Crofton won 5 straight earlier in the 2010 era. So once again, your final score from Pinnacle Bank Arena in the Class C1 title game, the North Bend Tigers, the number 1 seed coming into it, and the number 1 team when it's all said and done, they defeat the Adams Central Patriots 45-28. Jay, final thoughts.
Hey, look, it was a highly contested physical game for the first 2.5 quarters. But you see why North Bend is now a 4-time champion in a row, 3-time obviously up until then. They were able to battle through, even though they didn't look very good offensively. What'd they do, Nick? Lean on their defense. Yep. And then you saw a game Adams Central team that just wasn't able to be okay with the moment. The experience of winning 3 in a row paid dividends. Yes, there's a lot of pressure, right? But the experience of being here, being in the PBA, being a 3-time champion, you saw a big difference between North Bend and Adams Central, and that's what I think it came down to. 2 great teams, 2 great coaches, but North Bend had a little bit more in the tank, and that's why they're the 4-time defending champion.
Once again, I want to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to broadcast high school state basketball from PBA at Foundation Repair, Platte Valley Equipment, Doane University, the Roofing Service Company, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, A1 Automotive, Southeast Community College, High Electric, Members Owned Credit Union, Union Bank and Trust, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, and last but not least, the Mosaic of Southeastern Nebraska. Once again, your final score in the Class C1 state title game, North Bend wins 45-28 over the Adams Central Patriots. They're starting to cut down the nets here, but we're going to take a break. When we come back, it will be the Class B title game between Elkhorn North and Omaha
Have
Scott.
a good call there, Nick. I'm gonna go listen to you on every single social media outlet.
Good stuff.
Possible.
Good stuff. Eric Strickland will join me coming up for the Class B game later on. But for now, Jay Foreman, Nick Sainert saying so long from Pinnacle Bank Arena. North Bend has done it. They're 4-time consecutive Class C1 state champions over the win, or with getting a win over Adams Central 45-28. So long for now from Pinnacle Bank Arena.